For sure, without a doubt, now I've realized there is one thing that is very common when it comes to Christians, okay? And by the way, before I proceed with this video, you're watching for the first time, my name is Ishmael and welcome to today's video. Yes, there is one thing that is very common and I want you to be careful of, okay? This thing, that's why it's happening, and I think it's very dangerous, or yes, I can say dangerous, or I can say that it's very brutal towards people, and most people, they don't realize. And I would like to advise somebody, even if it can help one person, it will be okay. But one thing that I realize is missing out on your rightful spouse. You hear me a lot, I talk about ordained spouse, kingdom marriages, blah 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 blah. And one thing that I want you to note down is many people are missing out. Many people, they are not getting their spouses, and especially Christians. And this is not because you don't get a chance. I've kind of spoke about it in some videos a little bit, but I feel like, yeah, I'll be more deeper. But you do have a chance. I want you to sit down and you begin to discipline yourself and ask yourself questions, because it's only those small things. I actually know two people who I remember I spoke to one person, and I remember I was talking to one of them. It was like, I remember talking to this person, I was like, I realize one of your errors is because you're too picky when it comes to picking up the people you have to be in a relationship with. So with somebody like you, it is more difficult for you to meet somebody or to ever get in a relationship, because you seem to be a picky person. And the person did admit that, yes, I am a picky person. And then I was comparing this person with this other person also that I also know. This other person, now the other person is not picky. You won't predict this person. This person will the moment this person is I don't want these people to know that I'm talking about them. Okay, that's why I will say this person, this person, this person, so that it's not obvious who I'm talking about. Even if they know I'm talking about them, but it's not specific, okay? So, like, one thing I've realized about this second person, it's like this person, you won't predict the type of people that this person is involved with. Next thing, they'll be dating this type of a person. Next thing is this type of a person. So you can never say this is their type. Hence, it's easy for them to move on and try another relationship, while the other person, it can even take years to finally be with one person, and only to find that after some time, after some few years, it all ends and it's starting all over again. And when you look at the age, the person is getting older. And what are the chances if somebody who is easy to be getting in relationships, maybe in a year, okay, maybe like, okay, not saying year, but you find that it's never hard to get in a new relationship, but they still struggle to find the right person. They keep on searching, but they get disappointments. Tell me, how much more is the disappointment to somebody who is too picky? Someone whom, like, for you to finally see somebody that you say that, oh, the looks are good, the finances are good, the character, I'm turned on by this character, all those things. If it's that hard, how much more when you are now too picky? How likely are you going to bump to that person anytime soon? That's why sometimes, and remember now, when you bump to that person, you don't know who they really are. You still have to get to know their character. And after getting to know them, now that's when you will make the final decision. Or in fact, you won't even make a decision. That's when you realize that, you know what? And most of these things, they happen after maybe 6 months, 8 months, a year and so. But those are the reasons why some people, they can either proceed or continue with the relationship or break up. Because now you see the true colors. All this time you'll be in a relationship. Now you're in love with all those things. But what makes people to separate, listen to this if you have never heard it before. What causes people to separate is now when their true colors have come out. Now they are all facing the reality that, okay, now I'm no longer driven by the looks. I'm no longer driven by this, by the butterflies, by the, honeymoon phase is over. Now you see the real person when they're no longer pretending. They're no longer doing things just to make you happy. Now when they no longer care whether you leave them or not, so long now they are doing things that they feel comfortable with. And now that's when you face the reality of, okay, can I still tolerate? if this person can't keep giving me money every day, if this person now says they're tired of sleeping with me outside of marriage, they want to now live a relationship which pleases the Lord, now it's where now you realize, can I endure this until we get married? Can I endure not being spoiled? This is where now you finally face all those realities. You get what I'm saying? And that's when now you begin to make a decision whether you stick with that person or not. So that's why now when you are a picky person, it's easy to miss out from your ordained spouse. Because now you are looking for something. In fact, I like what my mom always says. She'd be like, when we'll be watching this other program, I like mentioning that the people will be meeting like on dates, it's like some sort of a blind date. They call these other people, they organize, you meet somebody, a man meets a woman, like, so you guys get to know each other on a date, you'll decide whether you like each other or not. So when on the behind the scenes, they'll be describing the kind of a man or a woman that they're looking for. To an extent where you realize some people, they're too strict. Some they'll be like, some ladies they'll be like, I want he must have a car, yes, he must have money, he must be handsome, all those perfect descriptions. To an extent where like be like, he must dress well, like you realize like this is just then my mom will be like, if you want that type of a person, you just have to create that person yourself, because that your things are too much. You get what I'm saying? And you find that the person who's describing that clothing, they themselves, they are not that perfectly clothed. They themselves, and they don't even have a car. You get what I'm saying? How unrealistic people are. So I realize even with some of Christians that I know, I would realize that, what? Some of these, they're still waiting for the right one and they'll be telling me and all that. But it's not like really there is no one around them. But the thing is like, they have set so much standard. They've set so much standard so high to an extent that even when God can bless them with somebody, they have now measured up so much to an extent that it's too hard. That's why I want somebody today to be careful. Okay, you can miss out your spouse because your requirements are too much. You want someone, you want almost perfection. You want something that you are only thinking of yourself, what can make you happy. And you forget that you yourself, what about the person that is observing you? Even the person that likes you, it's not like you are perfect, but there are something that they got to overlook. You find out at the time as a man, you are not even that financially stable, but a lady likes you. Don't you think she had the ability to also be strict and say, I want someone who has a fancy car, someone who's this rich, who has this big mansion? You get what I'm saying? But it shows that you should appreciate when someone likes you, as much as you also should look at them and try to remove some things that they cannot change. Some of the things found that you can't change their past. Some they are made. That's why sometimes I've once heard a saying that don't ask how many men a lady has slept with, especially men, because they are more jealous when they know about past lovers. You find that you're a Christian man, but then now you are stressed. She's been with, but maybe I wanted to be the first guy. At least it should have been two guys. You get what I'm saying? And you can never ever change that, and she can never ever change the past. But appreciate that now she's a born again. Now she's new. She's been renewed, and now she wants to be serious. Of course, if she's that's a mind to be serious, because they can bring those old bad habits now into your marriage and they start cheating and all. But I'm talking to somebody who is now serious, and so long as you are attracted, that's why there's the main thing. Sometimes it's not like we are not attracted. We are attracted, but we start looking at things outside because we want perfection. So the main thing here, you don't have to be with someone you don't love. No, you can't force love outside of you. But if you are attracted and you realize this person has the good potential to be a good wife or good husband and a good Christian, then the rest, don't really consider them so much, unless if you can still see some bad behaviors of the past. You can see that this person still kind of goes to partying, drinks once in a while. Maybe you are scared that what if now you get around. There's some things that we're all insecure of. That's why, like myself, there's something that I'm like, with this character I can never tolerate. Just like naturally I'm turned off by a woman who drinks. That's who I am. That's how I am. And I'm not ashamed of that. I don't consider it as being too big. Why? Because I still do bump into more women who don't drink at all. So that is, I don't consider it as so much strict. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much strict, because most of these women who drink, in fact, all of them that I've bumped into, oh, their character, as much as they claim they are Christians, but you will see that drinking and Christianity, they don't mix up. There's too much compromising. So I won't overlook such. But there are things that I do overlook, and because still I don't think it brings me tough time when it comes to always looking at a lady or bumping into a lady that I really like, that we could try a relationship. That one is not really a strict rule. I think most of the time, in fact, I bumped into ladies who don't drink. It's just that some of the things might just work out because of other differences, but that one is not a strict requirement from me. That's why I don't ever have a problem with it. If it was, I was gonna remove it. That, oh, you know what? Now let me overlook it. So please be careful from me missing on your right ordained spouse. Okay, be careful. And of course, that's all I had for you in today's video. And please check Sharon's book. The link is on the description of the video below. How to attract your master right and get married within a year. And be a born-again Christian. If you had backslidden, repent and rededicate your life unto the Lord Jesus Christ. For prayer requests and spiritual advices, DM me on my Instagram or email me. The details on the description of the video below. And as for me, Ishmael, and your priest, I will see you in the next video upload. Take care and stay blessed.